Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new YouTube video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the SMGs in bloodstrike, because most of you guys know that the UZI literally just got nerfed, and it got nerfed pretty badly. So what does that mean? Is the UZI bad now? Well, not really. I think it is still pretty good, but I also think that it is much more interesting to play other SMGs now, like the P90, like the Vector, like the MP5 for example. And in today's video I'm going to be hooking you guys up with all of the best possible SMG loadouts that you need. So whether you like playing INP9, whether you like playing URB, I got you guys covered with really good loadouts depending on which playstyle you prefer to play. Do you prefer playing ADS style or do you prefer hipfire builds? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. So let's hop into the video. Let's have a look at what the different SMG builds look like. Let's see what the damage looks like, and let's find an SMG that fits you. So let's hop into the video, but before I do, I want to thank you guys so much for all of the support recently on all of the videos. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are enjoying this video, or if this video helps you out, please consider leaving a like or sharing it with some friends that will actually find this useful as well. So yeah, make sure you smash that subscribe button guys, and let's dive into the video. Alright, first up we have the P90. And now, as you guys know, the P90 used to be king of SMGs. Everyone used to play this gun. A lot of people are very used to playing this gun, and right now with the most recent buff, this is actually going to be a really good SMG to pick up. And I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, Lights, what is the best loadout? Now for this P90 we have two different builds. We have a hipfire build, and then we also have an ADS build. I do recommend playing with the ADS build because I do think it's more consistent. You can actually ADS and even like beam people from a medium distance, which I think is much nicer. The hipfire build is really something that you want to be beaming up with up close. So anyway, for the ADS build, which is my main build that I always use, we are going to be going with a compensator muzzle. We're going to be going with a carbine barrel, a spotted grip. I actually go with no scope, but you can put any scope on here. Wouldn't recommend putting like anything higher than a one-time scope on there because that's kind of weird. And then for the stock, we're going to be going with the HS precision stock. Now, some people will actually prefer using the cheek rest over here. I actually don't like using it because it gives you a big movement penalty. So in my opinion, the recoil trade-off over here is worth for extra ADS speed, and that is alright. Alright, so let's have a look at what this actually looks like. So if I go ahead and fire, you guys can see that like literally there's like almost no recoil on it. So that's why I like opted into that one attachment over there instead of like extra recoil control. You could potentially do that. That is just preference. But anyway, even hipfire is pretty good. You guys can see like I am literally just beaming away from afar. So yeah, this is my preferred P90 build that I always use. So there you guys go. Now, what do we need for the hipfire build? Let's have a look. Now, if you want to build a hipfire build, if you are the type of player that likes to just move fast and do hipfire on people, this is the build that you need. You need to have the CQB muzzle device. You're going to have a short barrel over here, a spotted grip over here, no scope of course because you're hip firing. And then for the stock, we're going to be going with the tactical strap. Now, what does this look like? You guys can already see that the reticle on my screen has actually like significantly like pulled together. So that is an indicator that this is a hipfire build. And this is what that looks like. It's an absolute laser beam, guys. Like, if you have not tried a hipfire P90 build, definitely give this one a try. It's very fun to play with. You're very fast. And if you even play like characters that have extra movement speed, like Volt, like Emma, this is even more fun. So yeah, definitely give this a try. That is it for the P90 loadouts. Let's move on to the next gun. Alright, so the next gun is actually the Vector SMG. Now, the Vector SMG, I know what you guys are thinking, was nerfed in the past, but honestly, the nerf, it was not that bad. I think it's still really good. It can still beat Uzis up close, and it can also still beat P90s up close as well. I think it's a really good gun, and if you have good aim, then this is definitely for you because the high fire rate requires good accuracy. So again, we're gonna have a hipfire build for you guys to try out, and then we're gonna have my main ADS build, which I really like playing with as well. So let's have a look at what this actually looks like. So as you guys can see, there's literally like almost no recoil on this. It's just a laser beam. You can literally just beam people with this. It's very nice. And yeah, so let's have a look at the loadout. So for the muzzle, we're going to be going with the compensator muzzle. We're going to be going with an MK1 barrel. We're going to be going with a lengthened vertical grip, which I really like. Personally, you can also switch this out for a UVG ultralight vertical grip if you want to have that extra movement speed and if you want to have that sprint to fire speed. But for the ADS build, I really recommend you go with the lengthened vertical grip. Anyway, for the optic, we're just going to be rolling with this one. Basically default optic. Then we're going to be going with the UBR collapsible stock, and of course the 60 round drum magazine. Alright, so for this hipfire build, we're going to be going with the SRS barrel. We're going to be going with the lengthened vertical grip, no scope of course. We're going to be going with the no stock because this is going to give us another extra hipfire accuracy. And then of course the 60 round drum magazine, and this is what that actually looks like. As you guys can see, we will be very, very fast, and we will just be able to like hip fire away. To be honest, I don't really recommend using this build. I think the previous one is much, much better and more versatile, which is something you definitely want. But if you do want to run this like a hip fire build, then there you go. I think this is the actual best option over here. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next gun. Alright guys, the next gun is going to be the URB. Now the URB was kind of like a forgotten SMG, but now with the Uzi nerf, a lot of people are noticing how much damage this thing actually has. So you have 46 headshot damage, and then you also have 28 body damage, which really makes up for that you can really beam people and kill them really, really fast. And you know what? This is a more versatile SMG because it actually does have that little bit of range. Even from like this distance, 36, 25 is really, really good. It's even better than certain like AORUS, like the M4, for example. So anyway, this is a really, really good build. This is my ADS build, so you guys can see like there's literally like no recoil on it. You can definitely feel that the mood is a little bit slower with this ADS build, but that's okay. So yeah, let's have a look at what that actually looks like. So for the muzzle over here, we're going to be going with the compensator muzzle. We're going to be going with the 16-inch carbine barrel. We're going to be going with a lengthened vertical grip. Personally, I'm not using a scope on this because this ultra skin is really, really nice. And this was a free ultra skin, which, you know, this is one of the few rare W free skins that we had actually. For the stock, we're going to be going with a Bison heavy stock. And then last but not least, we're going to be going with the 50 round magazine. Now, URB is actually one of those SMGs that can also have a really, really good hipfire. And I really recommend you guys actually try out this hipfire build because it's really insane. So as you guys can see right now, my crosshair has definitely gone a little bit more together over here. So let's have a look at what the hipfire actually looks like. Look at that, guys. I'm literally just aiming where my crosshair is and the bullets are all going there. So URB is definitely one of those guns where like the hipfire is very, very nice. If you are going for a hipfire build, definitely recommend you give this a try. Look at this when I spray on the wall. That is really, really insane. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the hipfire build for the URB. So, we're going to be going with a CQB muzzle device again. We're going to be going with an 8.5 mini barrel. Then we're going to be going with the lengthened vertical grip. No scope, of course, for extra movement speed. No stock. And then, obviously, we're going to be using the 50 round magazine. So, that is the hipfire build for the URB for you guys. Now, up next, we actually have the MP5. Now, the MP5 is a classic, and again, you have a really good ADS build, and then we also have a really good hipfire build. Now, the hipfire build with the MP5 is actually really, really fun to play with, but for the ADS build, this is what it looks like. As you guys can see, there is literally, like, no recoil, guys. And with this iron sight, with this, like, green dot in the middle, it is incredibly, incredibly nice to play with. You know, I think this might actually be... This used to be, like, one of my favorite SMGs next to the P90, so... Yeah, definitely very fun to play with. So this is what that looks like. And even though I have like a lot of like attachments for ADS, I'm still feeling very, very mobile. So MP5 definitely like one of those like SMGs that makes you feel very, very fast. But it can go even faster with the hipfire build. Let's have a look. Alright, I almost forgot to give you guys the ADS build. So for the ADS build, we're going to be going with a compensator, a light barrel over here, a lengthened vertical grip, no scope, or any scope of your choice. We're going to be, of course, going with the heavy stock and, of course, the 50 round drum magazine. Now, let's actually have a look at the hipfire build. Alright guys, so this is the hipfire build, and as you guys can see, the crosshair is again a bit squished, which means that we are on a hipfire build, so there you go. This hipfire build is so accurate, guys. Like, it is literally insane, bro. Like, you will not be missing your shots with this hipfire build. And on top of that, look at how fast I am. It's literally insane. Like, you actually feel so fast with this build. And it's a very, very nice play style to have. If you are one of those sweaty YY movement players, then yeah, this is definitely going to be for you. You can even, like, jump and like, hipfire like this if you'd like to. But those are some, like, advanced movement techniques. But anyway, what does this hipfire build have? We have the SD suppressor. We have a lengthened vertical grip, no scope, of course. We're going to be going with the no stock, and then of course we're going to be going with the 50 round drum magazine. Definitely recommend that you guys give this loadout a try because it is incredibly fun to play with. Like, honestly, one of the most fun SMG builds in the game. Alright guys, up next we have the INP9, and the INP9, honestly guys, is like one of those guns, guys. It is not the best. It's not a bad gun, but it definitely does get outclassed by all of the other SMGs. Now, we have a hipfire build over here, so as you guys can see right there, we are just firing away. There's literally like no recoil. I am literally just aiming where the crosshair is. I'm not even like holding back my my mouse movement, so there's very little recoil on this. So let's have a look at what this build actually looks like. Again, we're going to be going with the compensator muzzle, the 12.5 precision barrel, lengthened vertical grip, no scope on this because it has a nice iron sight, bites on heavy stock, and a 50 round drum magazine. Now, of course, you can also run a hipfire build, so let's have a look at that. Alright guys, so we are now on the INP9 hipfire build. So as you guys can see, the reticle is squished a little bit, which again means that we are on a hipfire build. Now, if you don't like all of those like fast fire rate SMGs, I definitely can recommend the IMP because it's more manageable to correct your aim. So this one is very slow shooting, but like it actually allows you to like correct your aim more nicely compared to like the Vector or the P90, for example. So if you are new to the game, I definitely think the IMP9 is a good pickup. Or if you're like trying to like improve your aim slowly, I do think that the IMP9 is a good entry level of SMG for bloodstrike. So not the best, but definitely very consistent if you learn how to play with it. So yeah, that is this IMP build. Let's actually have a look at what that actually has. So we're going to be going with the CQB muzzle device, the 8.5 dense barrel, lengthened vertical grip, no scope, no stock, and then we're going to be going with the 50 round magazine. Alright, and then last but not least, guys, we have the single Uzi. The single Uzi that recently got nerfed. We now have 40 headshot damage and 25 body damage, which, you know what, it was a deserved nerf. I mean, I was beaming an entire squad in one clip of Uzi, so like 72 bullets, and I was able to wipe a squad with that. That is kind of nasty. So it definitely deserved a nerf, and it now actually allows other SMGs to be viable as well. So I don't think that the Uzi is bad now. Single Uzi is, I think, still a good gun, but you will have to hit your shots nicely, just like with the other SMGs. So what does this build actually looks like? We are going to be going with the suppressed barrel, the UVG ultra light vertical grip. We're going to be going with no scope over here, the wooden stock, and the 72 round drum magazine. So this is what I run with when I'm playing single Uzi, guys. This has been my go-to build ever since the Uzi came out, I think. So yeah, man, give it a try. I think it's still good. And guys, just remember, don't use dual Uzi. Don't do it. I see you guys. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Alright. Anyway, I hope that this video helped you out, guys. I have given you guys all of the SMGs with their respective loadouts. Personally, I think that the meta is going to shift more towards P90, Vector, and Uzi. Maybe we will see some people play URB. For some reason, people don't like URB. I think it's actually a really good SMG. The only downside of it is that it has 50 bullets compared to, you know, a Vector that maybe has 60 bullets, or an Uzi that has 72 bullets. And, you know, a P90 that has also 50 bullets but has a very fast reload time. So you know what, I think URB is actually good. I definitely think you guys should give it a try because people are sleeping on this. If you love the damage on the Uzi the way it was previously, I think the URB is definitely a good go-to. But yeah, that is it, guys. That is it for me for today. I really hope that this video helped you out. Let me know what your favorite SMG is in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.